developer with educational services. This has been an absolute team effort that has gone cross-divisional. This slide right here just shows you our team members. My name is highlighted. My name is highlighted so that you can see my contact information. So if you have any questions, feel free to contact me after our webinar. I would like to apologize if my sound is going in and out. I have had iffy internet connection all day. So if you have any questions, drop them in the chat or the Q&A, please. I'm sure that by now you guys have noticed that your chat, microphone, and camera have been disabled. This is because of the large group size that we have been dealing with these webinars to save on bandwidth and make internet connections work better. If you have any questions during today's webinar, please use the Q&A to post those questions, but also know that your questions and responses will be visible to all of our participants. Raise your hand if you have a question and you would like your microphone turned on. Nicole has dropped the link for today's slide deck so that you can get all of the links and resources that we will be talking about today. And before you leave, don't forget to click the Act 48 credit link after completion. At the end of our webinar, you will be redirected to a link to receive Act 48 credits. You must have your PPID in order to receive this credit. This is for Pennsylvania educators only. If you are from out of state or are a parent, welcome. Unfortunately, you do not qualify for Act 48 credits. There's also a link here for all of our archived webinars that we have put on so far. And don't forget to visit our resource site, learnon.iu12.org. This site is, has been created across divisions and is full of resources and tools, office hours, the webinar archives, schedules, tons of resources for you all to use. As we explore this online learning, we have to work on changing our expectations. Keep in mind your continuity of education. Are you doing planned instruction? Are you doing enrichment and review? Please keep in mind FAPE, free, appropriate public education. This applies to online instruction. A lot of teachers think of this as rules that apply to students with special needs or disabilities, but it applies to everybody, including their ability to receive education online. You can visit LearnOn for more information on best practices, but I do want to go over just a few with you. Less is more. Make sure that you prioritize and balance what you want your students to see and do. We want to make sure that our students are seeing our faces, and we can do this through video and video chat. If you are recording a video and sending it to your students, make sure it is not more than 6 minutes long. We want to be clear with our objectives and expectations. Let our students know the time it takes to complete a task and when the task should be completed. And make sure that our instructions are always organized and in sequence. So I'm sure many of you have attended webinars this past week. So you know that they're going to be short. This webinar is going to be 30 minutes or less, and we're already 5 minutes in. So we just have 2 short outcomes. Participants will consider how to support parents while implementing phonics strategies at home. And participants will explore tools to support and review phonics skills. When we're explaining phonics to parents, we want to make sure that we're explaining phonics in terms that parents understand. We want to leave our college talk at home or at school. Phonics is knowing that sounds and letters have relationships. In other words, it's the link between what we say and what we can read and write. Phonics offers beginning readers the strategies they need to sound out the words that they're reading. For example, students is touching on the importance of a method, that it's a method of teaching children to read, but also that in the English language, we have 44 different sounds and there are only 26 letters. This means that 18 of the sounds that we use to read, write, spell, and speak are comprised of letter combinations. This is why phonics instruction is so important. Also, phonics is not just a skill that we use with our younger students. Advanced phonics goes into 5th grade with syllables, prefixes, suffixes, and root words. Why is phonics important? As teachers, we know that learning phonics will help children learn to read and spell. Our written language can be compared to a code. So knowing the sounds of letters and letter combinations will help students decode words as they read. Knowing phonics will also help students know which letters or letter combinations to use as they write words. In short, phonics makes learning to read and spell easier, simpler, and crucially gets children reading quicker. Anita Archer has a great quote, and I put it at the bottom of this slide. There's no comprehension strategy powerful enough to compensate for the fact that you can't read the words. It's also important that parents understand that our high frequency words are part of our phonics instruction. High frequency words are words that frequently appear in student text. Quote, sight words, home for students to study and memorize, or drilling with flashcards in school. High frequency words should be part of a teacher's phonics lesson, and this can be reinforced at home through parent facilitation with different activities. Here are some resources that teachers can give to parents to help facilitate phonics instruction at home. Flyleaf Decodable Books and Phonics Worksheets is a website that normally requires a paid subscription, but is right now is free during the COVID shutdown. This resource is nice because you can find decodable books and worksheets based on the phonics skills that you're currently working on with your students in phonics and word work. Phonics Games is a principal resource that is also being offered for free right now due to the COVID shutdown. It is a PDF that is, again, sorted by phonics skill for your students to be able to work with. You would be able to choose pages and pass those pages on to parents to do with students at home based on the skills that you want them to work on. Student Center are printable and can be used at home with families. And And the Student Center Activities has activities specifically for phonics and high frequency words. Reading Bear is another website that offers phonics lessons based on the skills that the students that you want the students to be working on. Some activities that parents can use to facilitate phonics instruction at home for specifically high frequency words. You can go on a word hunt. Choose target words to find in books or newspapers or around the house. You would be surprised how many high frequency words you can find on household products. Play Go Fish. Create a duplicate set of words on index cards and have parents play Go Fish with their children using sight words. You can also play memory or concentration using the same index cards with words written in pairs, have them placed face down on the table, and then take turns flipping over the cards and reading the words. How can you share this information with parents? You can do it during your office hours, whether these are online or by phone. I know that my daughter's teacher has 2 sets of office hours for students to check in and then has another set of office hours for parents to check in. You can also share this information with parents on whatever virtual platform you're using, whether it is Class Dojo or Seesaw or Google Classroom. You are able to send paper copies home of the activities and principles. I know that right now, some people are a little concerned with mail and the amount of time germs can live on paper. So I might not recommend that as your best option. If anybody has questions or would like to talk more. I am aware of the fact that my sound was kind of cutting in and out while I was talking, and I really do apologize. The internet at my house is lagging today in a bad way. About parent facilitation of phonics. Or was there anything specifically that you needed me to go back and repeat? If there are no other questions that need to be answered right now, my contact information is up on this screen. My email address is daarnold@iu12.org. It's highlighted. If you have questions that you would like immediately answered, you can go to my Zoom room, which is also linked on this slide. I will be going there as soon as we are done with this webinar if you would like more information. Don't forget to visit learnon.iu12.org for the schedule of webinars and open office hours. And please don't forget to complete our evaluation for our webinar. And as we close this webinar down, you will be redirected to a site to get your Act 48 hours. Don't forget that you will need your PPID in order to fill out that form. If there are no other questions, we are going to go ahead and end this session. Thank you all for attending and have a great day.